His name is Aaron O'Brien. He's from Bowling Green, Ohio. And he's going to be sharing with us some original poetry, and it's called Taking, Transforming, and Sharing. Aaron O'Brien.
Is this good? Thank you to Aisha and Sammy for hosting this event. This is amazing. And I also want to especially thank Dr. Schreiner, because without Dr. Schreiner, I wouldn't be here. Literally, it's true. So I'm not a great public speaker, and I'm also not a great storyteller. So this is not quite a story. I think it's more like a weird poetic monologue, but my life is more like a weird poetic monologue than a story anyways. It's not really me that's behind the white coat. Literally, I'm made of rotisserie chickens, Netflix binges, book chapters, and road signs passing by too fast to read. My DNA decided to do this with all that stuff, but my DNA isn't really me either. I think everything in life is borrowed. We borrow material to build our bodies from Kroger or Walmart. We borrow words from words thought up in someone else's head. Feeling from senses as a portal to everything that's not us. It's no wonder we struggle with identity, because we aren't really anything. But maybe we are what we commit to, and we are what we share. I worked at OSU Wexner Medical Center, and I used to pass this mural every day. And it was a big multi-paneled mural, and it was this pastoral landscape of rural Ohio. And I grew up looking at pastoral landscapes of rural Ohio every day, so the artwork didn't really mean anything to me. But there was a plaque underneath the mural that did, and it said, "Remember to seek beauty in all things, and to share that beauty with those you love." So today I'm going to share with you two beautiful things. One is how I learned to face fear, and the other is my experience of the statue. My dad, my brother, and I used to spend hours playing catch in our front yard. I grew up in Bowling Green, Ohio, but specifically outside of Bowling Green, Ohio, in this little town called Rudolph, which was the dearest little town in Wood County. True. My brother and my dad are both eloquent speakers, and our conversations were never lacking in depth. But there was something about throwing a ball back and forth that was so much more meaningful than words. My dad would throw his trademark knuckleball, my brother would throw his serpentine curve, and I would pitch wildly 20 feet above their heads. One of the first things my dad taught me is how to catch a fly ball. Though he never spoke the steps the way I'm about to, this is what I heard. When you track a fly ball, keep your head up, keep your feet moving, put your face between the ground and the laces, keep your eyes open, flash your mitt, and steal it from the wind. And so I learned to catch a fly ball. And so I learned that I would never catch a fly ball without facing fear. Part 2. Around this time last year, I wound up in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And there's a sculpture garden there, and it's run by Frederick Meyer, who is the billionaire founder of Meyer Grocery Stores. And my expectations were low for a sculpture garden in Grand Rapids, Michigan. But I went anyway. And it was pretty surreal. It ended up being amazing. There was this vast expanse of sculptures by Degas, Lichtenstein, Rodin. These are things that belong in Paris, Milan, and New York City, not rural Michigan. But those works didn't really speak to me. There was one statue by a relatively unknown artist that gripped me, unlike the other more famous works. It's called Male Female by Jonathan Borofsky, but that's not how I remember it. Pretty does not need a face, cold to the finger, but warm to the touch. She's cut from sterile sheets, but I'm in love with her. The things I feel when she hears me make everything more real when she hears me. I stare up at her until shadows obscure her stenciled face. until my eyes glaze over and all I can see are memories. It would be different if she knew me. Someday, I'll be pretty, untouchable, and eternal like her. So that's it. Borrowing, courage, sharing, and a statue. That's what's behind my white coat. If I've met you, I've borrowed from you. Thanks for being here and being a part of my commitment to take, transform, and share.